I didn't really care for Friday the 13th very much. I thought the game was actually pretty bad, but there seems to be some backlash forming around the developer that I wanted to make a quick video about, as well as go over the real games with gold, since I did that video about the fake one yesterday. Well, the real one has happened, and I'm going to give my thoughts on that, what I think about it. But before we get started, I know a lot of people out there want me to comment on the trader thing or the Crackdown 3 stuff. And, I do a podcast every Wednesday with Jez Corden called the Xbox 2. Let's just say you're not going to want to miss that podcast when it goes live tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. Tune in. Things will be said. Topics will be discussed. It's going to be a good show. But anyways, on to this thing. So, I have a couple friends who really enjoy Friday the 13th, even though I thought the game was absolutely, positively terrible. It does have its group of fans. There are plenty of people out there that really enjoy its kind of asymmetrical gameplay of Jason going around, killing people, and the 7 people kind of escaping. There are fans that really enjoy that. But also the game has its issues. It launched with a lot of bugs. Launched with the servers broken. The Xbox One version is still behind the other versions, when it comes to updates and things like that. But a recent post or tweet have really gotten a lot of Friday the 13th fans up in a tizzy, right? So, it turns out that a game that comes out next month called Dead Alliance is being made by the developers of Friday the 13th. And when the fans of Friday the 13th who have been clamoring for this game to get fixed, they have been upset. And they're wondering if this means Ilphonic, the developers behind the game, are about to put Jason in their rearview mirror. It's got so bad that Gun Media, the publisher of this game, came out on Twitter saying it's not true, this is normal practice, blah, 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 blah. But it's not stopping people from wondering what exactly is going on with the game. Are Ilphonic giving up on Friday the 13th? My personal opinion, I don't think so. I mean, Friday the 13th, from all accounts, sold incredibly well. You would think they would want to grow that game to make even more money. But obviously a lot of people on the official Friday the 13th forums, they don't believe that. Because their new game, Dead Alliance, has already a sleek website. It's got a new exclusive announcement trail, and it's been described as an inventive take on zombie games and team first-person shooters. And while this was no means brand new information, it was announced in May, and the game is coming out next month, and now people are pissed. They are wondering if they're even still working on Friday the 13th, because how could they be working on Friday the 13th if they're also working on Dead Alliance? And of course, some teams usually have multiple groups that work on multiple projects, so who knows? But I found this incredibly interesting because I thought these devs were going to try to do right by Friday the 13th. To, make the game right by the fans who spent $40 or whatever it was to play their game. And it would kind of suck, honestly, if they just happened to drop the game after how successful it's been to try their hand at Dead Alliance. So, that's the Friday the 13th stuff. Kind of interesting. Kind of caught my attention because I have friends who enjoy this game. Now, the other bit of news was the games with gold for next month. And honestly, I wish the fake one was true, because this lineup, outside of Bayonetta, is kind of lackluster. So, on the 360, the best game in this list is Bayonetta 1. $20, you get it for free. This is an absolute masterpiece of a action platformer. High octane action, slasher. Like, one of my favorite games on the 360. Pick that game up. Red Faction Armageddon, franchise killer. It killed the Red Faction franchise. Enjoyable game. It just didn't sell very well, and I think they got rid of the multiplayer on that. Still, you know, as free. I mean, $30. That game should nowhere be near $30. That game should be like on sale for $5. It's worth the playthrough to screw around with the destruction and stuff like that. And then you get to the Xbox One side of the stuff, Slime Rancher, which comes out of game preview, and they're giving that away for free. I didn't really care for it when I played it, so much so that I deleted it off my hard drive. It's kind of one of those management games where you need to, like, it's kind of like a farm, and it's kind of tough to describe. I only played it for a few hours and I deleted it because I didn't care for it. I'm not sure a lot of other people will either. And then you have Trials Fusion, which is the latest entry in the Trials franchise with the motorbikes and doing tricks and things like that. It's a good game. Well, also it was a launch game, if I'm not mistaken, or close to launch, or maybe it came out like a couple weeks after launch, or maybe a couple months after launch. Has a lot of DLC, but it's a decent game. $20, so you're saving a bunch. $89 in value, 4,000 points in gamer score. Although the Trials Fusion gamer score is hard. Who knows about Slime Rancher? Bayonetta is somewhat easy, and Red Faction is incredibly easy when it comes to that stuff. So anyways, guys, don't forget to tune in tomorrow to Xbox 2 with me and Jez. We will definitely be talking about Crackdown 3 and how it was presented at that San Diego Comic-Con showing. It's going to be very interesting. Anyways, I'll see everybody then. Have a good one.